Hey guys, Rhett Weaver here with Intraland Utah. Huge week this week. We got a lot of stuff going on. Really in the media, in the markets right now, we've got some of the biggest companies in the world reporting their Q1. Kind of how the earnings call came in. If it's lower than expected, here we go, right? Friday, we got the CPE report. Sounds like it's going to come in pretty good for us, which could be a bond friendly. And so this week is huge because a lot of these announcements with these companies is going to lead into what happens next week with the Fed announcement on whether they're going to raise interest rates or not, and then it's going to bleed into the May 10th decision. If we kind of see interest rates drop this week, we've had really good kind of gains on interest rates, meaning they've been getting a little bit lower, and we're going to go over that. Today, Case Shiller came out with what's been going on in the housing market, FHFA. A lot of news, a lot of media around a big housing bubble that everything's going to pop and there's huge problems and everything like that. From April 2020, this is kind of the data of home sales, kind of the pricing index. As you can see, last June it peaked up. We're only down 2.9% is the average sales price throughout America. And so the homes haven't really been dropping like everybody's been reporting that the median sales price is going super low and here we go. And, there's going to be a huge problem with basically selling your house in the future. If we take out basically all the cash buys, look at this right here on the right-hand side. If anything, it's barely dipped, not even really a bit of all. And you can see this start to go up. This is really good news because we know we're on a shortage of homes. And so with this shortage of homes and as interest rates begin to fall, we know that appreciation is only going to happen really due to the supply and demand issue. One thing that I do want to touch on, you're like, hey, Rhett, we live in the state of Utah. Why does this stuff even matter? This is really big for the housing market to see some of the biggest markets that were taking the biggest declines really start to bounce back, really from the month over month and year over year. Here's kind of a graph on some of these, and you guys can pause this video, but take a look at some of the biggest, kind of metropolitan areas and how they're bouncing back really from that February as far as what's happening inside of the housing market. I want to point this out because this has been going around the media quite a bit. As of May 1st, all the interest rates have changed. What I mean by that is the cost of entry for people. Really, what the Biden administration has come out and done is they're basically saying anybody with a higher credit, we're going to go ahead and charge you more on your interest rates, which means your payment's going to be a little bit higher. And we're going to take that and subsidize it and give it to those people who have lower credit. If you look at 2008, here's why this is a big problem. From in the year of 2008, if you go back and you look historically at what credit scores were the highest level of default, 2008 is going to say between 640 and a 660 credit score. So if we're going to take from those people who are paying their bills on time and give to those who aren't, this is not good news for the housing industry. But I just want to bring this to your really so you guys can understand what's happening with interest rates and why you're probably going to see a lot more FHA loans in the future versus conventional loans. And it has to do with this. So the left-hand side of this graph here is really the credit scores. The top of this is the percent that people are going to put down. So if you're in this area of a 720 to 760 credit score, putting, almost 15 to 20% down, they're going to take the biggest hit now on the cost of interest rates on a loan level pricing adjustment just to purchase a property. If you take a look down here at a 640 to a 660 credit score, and we go all the way over to 3.5% down, even just a little bit more, these loan level pricings begin to get a lot cheaper. And as you can see, as credit goes up, that sweet spot is really a 680 to a 700 credit score with about 3.5% down. There's just not really a pricing adjustment. And they also lowered the monthly on the FHA loans. So these clients are now getting a lower interest rate, a lower cost of entry, and also a lower monthly payment. Why the people with better credit, their payments are probably going to go up a little bit and see a little bit of change. So for you real estate agents out there, you're going to see a lot more FHA loans. This is why, just because when people are fixated on affordability, as far as affording a property, this is why rates are going to be a little bit lower, payments are going to be a little bit lower going forward on the FHA side. Want to show you guys the charts here as far as what's happening with interest rates, kind of show you the market overview, see what we're dealing with here. Great day today. We're up 22 basis points. Again, a really big week for news here, Wednesday, Thursday, and especially Friday. And we could see a lot of really good gains on interest rates this week. We just got a couple levels to kind of break through. And if we can break through these support levels, there's a lot of room to the upside, meaning interest rates could get a lot lower really quick by the end of this week. So really pay attention this week as far as what's happening with interest rates. Today they put us in a position of just floating right now coming out, which means that's amazing news. We're just going to sit here and fight these levels of support or these lines that we're kind of seeing here. And so a lot of the news is going to have to really be in our favor. Some of these big companies that are reporting their quarterly earnings, if they come in, worse than what was expected, that's only going to be in our favor. It means that inflation is really cooling off. The job market's really cooling off, and we're going to start seeing interest rates get a little bit lower. We've been predicting, in the month of May is when we're really going to see it, but this week will be a huge indicator to that May 3rd announcement with the Fed next week. So let's pay attention. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. As far as interest rates, I've had a few people tell me they kind of want to know where rates are sitting right now. As far as the APR on interest rates, if you're getting an FHA loan right now, no buy down, APR straight in, you're looking at right around 5.75. If you're a VA loan, it's right around 5.875. If it is a conventional loan, we're bouncing right in between 6.375 and really 6.5. We're almost to that entry level at 6.375 where there's just no cost to it. So hopefully that helps you guys out with your buyers. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. And hopefully you guys have a great day.